Today we're going to take a look at the unboxing and assembly of this Vulcan Welding cart. Short list of tools you'll need to assemble this is a 10mm wrench, 13mm wrench, 14mm wrench, and preferably a number 3 Phillips. So here on the front we have 4 drawers, and then we also have a door with a cam style lock. We've got 2 shelves in here. I was wrong, this is a storage compartment here down at the bottom. What looks like a welding helmet might fit nicely in there. Got a drawer here, and up here you got room for consumables. And here on the back you can see 2 locations for tanks. Here we've got hooks for wrapping cable. Here we have TIG and probably stick rod holders. Over here we've got another set of hooks for cabling. As you can see, it comes on the skid. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the straps off. I think I'm gonna have to kind of pull it out and let it drop. So I was able to get it out there. You could probably tell that skid was actually the bottom. So I think at this point, I'm gonna go ahead, I'll cut the top off and I'll see what we got to work with. So now that we have everything out, I'm going to go ahead and take inventory, make sure everything's here before we get started. If you're curious before you start tugging this and trying to get it out of a vehicle on your own, it does say right here that the weight is 159 pounds. So use that as a barometer for whether or not you want to mess with it yourself. One thing I kind of noticed as I was unboxing this, and maybe I just got lucky because of the angle, but you can see some grinder marks here. It must be where they welded the drawers together and whatever's on the inside of this structure here. Not that it matters to me, but just kind of shows you a little bit of the quality. I've got everything out of the cabinet. It looks like these are probably 2 shelves. This is the main base. You can see where the wheels will attach. So I believe that's going to hang off the side of the cabinet. And here's the rest of the parts. We got the front and rear casters, the handle, the hardware. I'm going to go through the manual and I'm going to mark the manual, and then we'll mark the bag. I'll show you that just so you can see what steps these pieces of hardware used for. Then we got some brackets, some chain, and then the manual. I'm going to go ahead and start with this bottom caster. I like to do the hard stuff first. Not that this is hard, but it is lowest to the ground, and the sooner we get off the ground the better. And I don't know, whoever may be watching this video, what your skill level is. This is the way you want to stack. You want the bolt, then you want the lock washer, and then the washer. And you never want to tighten these one at a time. You want to get them all in place, and then once all your holes are lined up and all your bolts are started, then you can go ahead and tighten them. I will be using a power tool to tighten these. I wouldn't suggest starting these with the power tool because you could end up cross threading, and when you put it in by hand, at least you know that the threads are started. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten them. I'm not a fan of over tightening things. Alright, for the main base, it's going to mount on this rear section. There's 6 holes that it's going to mount to. Because of the width, I think I'm going to flip this back up where it's straight up. And then we'll attach this back piece and get the rear wheels on. As luck would have it, I cannot find a number 3 Phillips, but I do have a snap-on number 2, which has got to be even better because it's snap-on. You can see it's a little loose, but it does engage pretty well. I should be able to get pretty good grip on it. But ideally, you have a number 3 Phillips. As long as you get started, you can then move to the other side. Something you can do to help hold this is get a smaller screwdriver, maybe like a number 1, and you can use it to line up your holes. But I'm going to be difficult and just do this without the help of an alignment tool. Also, having a second set of hands would probably be helpful, but again, I'm going to do it the hard way, and sometimes the second set of hands can make it more difficult. Alright, we have all of the screws started. I'm going to start tightening the middle. I'll probably just go from the middle to the middle, and then I'll go in a cross pattern. Not that that really matters. At least I don't think so. Alright, time to put these rear wheels on. Here we'll have the washer, the lock washer, and then the enclosed or acorn nut here. I believe this should be a 13 millimeter. Now that we have all the wheels on, I am going to get it turned in such a way that I can bring it down. Alright, so we're on the ground. Let's see what the instructions say for the next step. All right, the next item that they have us installing are the tank. The next item in the book is putting the tank retention brackets on. I am going to go ahead and do those. Also, kind of in the same step, it has us putting the TIG rod brackets on, but I don't know how soon I'm going to be doing anything with TIG, so I might leave those off just so I have some clearance on the back side. I would have liked for this hardware to be bolts so you could get a ratchet on it, make sure you have a more secure fastener, but it shouldn't be a problem going this route. And these bolts are a 10 millimeter. Personally, I would have liked to have seen a flat washer at least with these, but it's not how they didn't send that in the hardware. We're ready for the TIG rod holder brackets. Now this might seem like common sense, but if you look at these, you got one that goes all the way through, it's just on a C channel, and this one has a stopper on the bottom, and this will be the bottom. And the reason we know that is these rods will go in through the top. They need to go all the way down to the bottom of the cart here, and you don't want them to go through the bottom. And if you put this one here at the top, you're not going to be able to get your rods in all the way. So we'll start with the bottom. Well, that finishes up the installation or the assembly of this cart. I'll clean it up a little bit. We'll come back and we'll do a more talking about this and why I chose this over other carts. Alright, I got my mess cleaned up on the floor, but I overlooked these two shelves, so I'm going to put those in right now. And you can see there's a, maybe you can see, there's a lip here, 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 and here. So we can set these at different levels. I think I might go with the lowest one and then this one. So I'm going to go ahead and set these in place. I wanted to end this video with the reasons I decided to go with this particular cart. One, it was local and easily accessible, bought it from Harbor Freight. The biggest reason is it has a location for 2 tanks for gas. The unit I am looking at purchasing is a multi-process unit that will do TIG and MIG. You don't use the same gas for MIG as you do for TIG. And then aside from that, we have a lot of storage. One of the main reasons I got this is so that everything can be in this one location and not have it in other areas of my garage. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, put a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Once I get the multi-process welder that I'm looking for, I'll do an unboxing on it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully it was helpful. Thanks for watching.